Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a Form 8K filing, which usually means some pretty big changes are happening. Think of it like a corporate earthquake report. And believe me, this one has some aftershocks to discuss. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. So what's the big deal? IMAC Holdings, a company you might not know, filed this report on April 30, 2025. The main event, a change in their accounting firm. Now that might sound boring, but it's often a sign of something bigger going on behind the scenes. Sometimes it is simply a business decision, but sometimes there are other issues. Let's get into the details. Basically, IMAC Holdings switched from Markham LL to CB Izzy CPAs as their independent registered public accounting firm. This change happened because CB Izzy CPAs took over Markham's business that checks and confirms financial statements. Markham stuck around until April 30, 2025, and then CB Izzy CPAs officially took over on May 2, 2020. Now, here's a key point. The company says that during the past year and up to the switch, they didn't talk to CBIZ CPAs about how to account for things or what kind of opinion CBIZ CPAs might give on their financial statements. They are explicitly saying that there were no secret discussions or anything of that sort. They are dotting their I's and crossing their T's to be very clear that this was above board. The report from Markham, the old accounting firm, on the company's financial statements for the year ending December 31, 2024, didn't have any negative opinions or disclaimers. It wasn't limited in any way except for one thing. It mentioned that there was substantial doubt about the company's ability to keep going as a business. That's accountant speak for the business might not survive. This is definitely something to keep in mind moving forward. The company also states that there weren't any disagreements with Markham about how to account for things, show financials, or do audits. However, they do admit there was a reportable event. What that means is that there was a weakness in their internal controls. The company didn't have enough people in their accounting department to properly review financial information, including complex accounting rules. Also, because of its size, it was unable to properly separate all conflicting duties and didn't have adequate controls surrounding its accounting policies. In plain English, this means they didn't have enough staff, those staff didn't have enough time, and their internal checks and balances weren't great. That's a recipe for potential errors or even fraud, even if unintentional. It's not a good look. This is the kind of stuff that keeps regulators up at night. Finally, the company gave Markham a copy of this report before filing it with the SEC and asked them to confirm whether they agreed with what was said. Markham's letter agreeing with the statements is included as an exhibit. This is standard procedure, but it's important because it shows that the company is trying to be transparent and get everyone on the same page. Now, what does all this mean? Well, a change in accounting firms, especially when combined with a going concern warning and admitted weaknesses in internal controls, raises some red flags. It suggests that the company might be facing some serious challenges. The company is basically saying that its internal accounting may not be up to par. It's not necessarily a sign of wrongdoing, but it does mean that investors should be extra careful and do their homework before investing in this company. You need to know what you're getting into. So let's zoom out for a second. IMAC Holdings is in the business of regenerative medicine. It operates a chain of clinics. It's a competitive market, and smaller companies like IMAC need to be on top of their game to survive. Now, this isn't financial advice, but based on the red flags, it might be better to explore the company more thoroughly. Overall, I'd say IMAC Holdings is facing some headwinds. The company needs to address those internal control weaknesses and demonstrate that it can turn things around. It has the potential for growth in a growing market, but it needs to get its house in order before it starts getting too ambitious. Alright, that's our breakdown of IMAC Holdings' latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.